Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. I want to talk to you about why Forex is one of the biggest scams on the planet and how so many people are getting scammed into following a dream that is just not right for them. I'm going to talk about things that no one else would dare discuss, and I like to think that this channel has been a bit of a big Trojan horse to get you to listen to this message. You guys know that I want you to succeed at building wealth and becoming financially free. And I also like to think that over the years, the content on this channel and my podcast and my newsletter has provided you with some valuable insights and kept you on the right path. I've received thousands of comments over the years about being honest and transparent, and that's really what I set out to do. But everyone is always asking me why there's such a huge failure rate in trading and why 90% of traders lose their money, and the answer will be revealed in this video. It's nothing to do with the trader, it's much more sinister than that. Now, if 90% of traders are losing money, does that mean that the people who tried to trade were in the right position to trade in the first place? Does it mean that the test results and the stats are fair? Does it put out the wrong message? Yes. Here's the thing, most educators out there have an agenda to make money primarily from selling a course to you and selling the dream that anyone can trade. They will tell you anyone can do it and they'll flaunt their kids.
My son, who's only 6, can spot the trades. Now if you can do it, do you reckon other people can do it?
Yeah.
They'll flaunt their gardener.
Today's challenge is on Anyone Can Trade. I'm going to teach my gardener. Now look, if he becomes a success and I end up having to mow my own lawn, things have gone really bad.
And their message will be that anyone can trade.
Anyone can trade, and I taught my housekeeper how to become a currency trader.
Now, I've picked an example here, and I'm not saying that this person isn't a trader. I've never seen anyone say a good word about this particular educator, and at the same time, I'm not saying that he's ever earned any money from trading because I don't know him. He could be a great trader. But the reason I use this as an example is because as a prospect, acting as a prospect, if the common message is that it's supposed to be easy, the next logical step as a prospect for me would be to go and check the results of their clients. So I flicked onto the Trustpilot website here, and as expected, I saw that it was inundated with negative, scammy reviews. I couldn't find one successful trader who I could reach out to and ask them about their results. Not one gleaming review. So this makes you question their approach and their agenda. Now look, here's the truth. Not everyone can trade. First of all, from what I've found, studying the best traders that I know and working closely with them, I've found that the average IQ of the traders who are successful is above 115. This means that in order to be a good trader, you have to fit into the 15% minority of the population. Having an IQ above 115 means that you can be adaptive and you grasp concepts and you're logical and you can handle abstraction. This rules out 85% of the people right off the bat. Most people can't trade. Someone with a low IQ isn't working at a hedge fund, I can tell you that. Now, on top of IQ, the best traders have high EQ, which is emotional intelligence. You might have a high IQ, but you haven't got a high EQ, and you'll struggle with emotional detachment. People with a high EQ can disconnect from emotion and neutralize fear, greed, worry, loss, and gain, etc. Now, some people who have a high EQ but low IQ can be great with people and manipulate their minds because they're similar to psychopaths. They can sometimes come across super narcissistic and end up compensating for their guilt through an act of kindness in other ways. You just have to look at the results and the testimonials from educators to see where their balance of giving and receiving is. You'll have educators who, when you search for them, testimonials will be full of loving words, nothing bad to say about them, and you'll clearly see that their students have been around for a long, long time and they're now family. So you'll obviously see that that educator is not driven by selling a course. They're driven by fair exchange in a way that obsesses over getting results for their paying students, and they have long-lasting, profitable relationships. Both are living a very happy and fulfilled life. The other side of the coin is the educator that will be doing anything they can to sell their course, including completely changing their tune, to say whatever is doing well at the time.
50% of people who come into the currency trading game are not cut out for this. That should be no great surprise to many of you.
Hang on a minute, I thought you said anyone could trade.
Anyone can trade.
But now you're saying...
Before you even get started in this game, it's critical and crucial for you to know, are you cut out for this? Some people have got the right temperament, the right mindset, the right focus. They are a good personality profile fit.
Not everyone can trade. Which one is it? Anyway, you see a complete churn of clients because look, no one's getting results and therefore no one is leaving reviews. From the educator's point of view, they are so overly narcissistic that the only way they balance out their guilt is by building a village in a third world country or something like that, not done through choice but through guilt. So what does this mean for the topic of this video? Well, here's the thing. Just because you aren't ready to trade doesn't mean that you can't trade. It just means that you're not at the right stage of the journey yet. Why do my students get amazing results in such a short space of time? Because they go into trading the right way. Why do we not get any negative reviews and people feel compelled to tell others about us? Why are we not churning through clients? Because we get results. They get results. Why do they get results? Because of the order in which they learn. These educators out there flogging a dead horse are literally paying for ads and all their new leads are coming through cold and paid advertisement. When you aren't getting results for anyone, that means that sooner or later you're going to run out of customers and you'll be forced to change your tune as the universe attempts to balance out your narcissism with altruism. If you have clients that tell everyone about you and your customer base grows without you having to place one single advertisement, you work with the right people from day one and therefore you get the best results. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that out, does it? So if you've heard me talk about my tiers of freedom structure before, you'll know that there's a certain order of helping people achieve financial freedom quickly. And this doesn't come from me thinking that it's a good idea. It comes from my personal life and my exact strategy and situation from 22 to 29. And it also comes from science. If you don't have a high IQ right now, before you punch in the comments some trolling comments saying, yeah, well, I don't have a high IQ, but I managed to trade full time and all that kind of stuff. Well, one, you shouldn't be watching this video right now, and you especially shouldn't have watched this far. But secondly, hear me out. A bunch of researchers carried out research on 464 farmers in 54 different villages in southern India, and they studied their IQ level. They found that before the harvest, when the crop was low and the money was tight, the average IQ of the farmers dropped by up to 13 points. Desperation, scarcity and poverty was the very thing that caused a drop in IQ. Then they found that when the harvest was booming and the money was coming in and poverty went away, the average IQ raised up to a staggering 50 points. This means that if you build wealth the right way, and obviously from this there is a right way of doing it, you gain IQ, you earn your right to risk, and you can handle higher degrees of complexity. If you guys would like to see me attempt to teach my gardener to trade, hit the like button now and I'll do that. Okay, it gets better than this. Researchers also found that when people are working on their purpose and choosing how they spend their time and filling their day with inspiring tasks, their IQ can raise up to 10 points. This means that the more you're focused on your mission and going through the steps in the right order and achieving your goals in the right order, you will raise your IQ and you'll then be in the right place to take on more risk and learn to trade. Get your cash cushions in place first, then learn how to passively invest at low risk, then learn how to grow income, then learn how to invest in business and buy stocks, and then you have the best chance of succeeding when it comes to trading, and you have the right mindset, and you have a bit more free time, and you have some surplus cash. The caveat to that is that we've seen people succeed at trading who have a slightly different demographic. They usually have no dependents, they're younger, like 18 to 25, they've got low living costs or they live at home with their parents, and they've got lots of time to focus on trading. They spend 10 to 15 hours a day learning to trade with the aim to get funded. If that's you, then yes, they can absolutely become profitable, but I can promise their IQ is higher than 115 and they have a high EQ. This is why the statistic exists that 90% of traders lose 90% of their money in the first 90 days of opening their account. But it isn't to do with the trader. It's to do with the criminal educators out there promoting that this is easy when it isn't. If you're researching an educator right now, please, please, please research their reviews and testimonials and form a macro holistic view. Look at what they're doing. Are they making up for guilt by creating charities or building schools, or are they building them out of choice and love? Are they using it to mask guilt of having 0 good customer reviews? Are they changing their message to say what everyone wants to hear? Or have they been saying the same thing for years and years and years? People with conviction in their method do not change their message. It's as simple as that. So I started out in education with a mission to change that statistic. And with your help, if you hit the like button now, you can help me on my mission to achieve just that. So please, please, please share this message with someone who needs to hear it. Please don't get scammed, and know that I only have one Instagram account, one Twitter account, one YouTube account, and so on. I will never reach out and ask for money or ask you to invest. I will never join WhatsApp or Discord or Telegram. So if you've been contacted by any of these scammers on any of those accounts, please report them immediately. Their days are numbered just because of the principles that I've outlined in this video. They too will end up giving back everything they've earned through guilt. They'll get humbled and it will all balance out in time. So if this has resonated with you and you would like to be guided onto the right path based on where you're at right now, and you want to learn to trade eventually or wonder why you're not getting the results that you want, be sure to register for my 7-day training using the first link in this description, and you'll be sent a video each day explaining the entire process in much more detail. In the meantime, take the Wealth Profile Test too, and you'll get your free personalized 55-page report and a video setting out a blueprint for you and where your focus should be next. It's all free, there's no follow-up, there's no funnel, there's no targeting. Just go and do it and come back here and let me know what you thought and how you got on. I appreciate you for being here. I'm glad we have people like you on this channel who will contribute and help others and not just hit the dislike button. Until next time, take care, and I'll see you then.